Huge news for MTG Arena today. Take a look, my friends. Take a look at the last time, possibly, that we attempt to grind all the way to Mythic in Standard. Take a look, because the news that dropped today could change everything. Hello, it's me at CGB. We're gonna talk about Ranked Brawl. No, that was supposed to be dramatic. Go away. No, how do I... Why is it? What the? Huh? Eh? What? Where? Oh, I got it. Ranked Brawl. Introducing Ranked Brawl, my friends, the day we've been waiting for. Will it replace Standard forever? Is Commander taking over everything? What is CGP going to do? Will he keep playing Standard, the format that tortures his soul? We'll get into all of it. Let's read the article. Dave, hi Dave. Dave has an announcement for us. From June 1st, 2026, since its release, Brawl has steadily been growing in popularity and is now the second most played constructed format on Arena. You know what the first is? That's right, it's still Standard. Like our players, we have been giving Brawl more attention as we look to enhance the experience. One of our key learnings is that Brawl is not one thing to all players, but supports a wider audience than other formats. Some players are drawn to the format to showcase decks and express themselves, Commander players, while others show up for a competitive, high-intensity game of Magic. As we kept iterating on matchmaking algorithms and ban lists, we realized we could not support these two audiences well with a single format. Two formats. The time had come to split competitive and casual play, allowing players to self-select their experience and enabling us to better steward the format for both groups of players. They're talking about making two formats for the casual Andes and the competitive spiky players. Now some of you are like, CGB, old news. They've already been doing these events that have ranks attached to them, and you haven't been doing those, so why are you talking about this now? Events they're not a good content formula because of how long they take, particularly in Brawl. So if I have a deck that's even one that like goes a middling like 3 and 2 or something like that, it still takes over the length that you really generally want for a video, and I haven't been able to commit that much time as I've been taking care of a number of other things. And if every video had to commit over that amount of time, it would be a lot harder to make the videos. So that is a big reason I haven't done Ranked Brawl so far. I hope what they're saying here is that the event format is dropped. That's what I'm hoping we get out of this announcement. That's a queue I can enter just like Standard, because then I could definitely go to work. All right. What is Ranked Brawl? Ranked Brawl is a ranked constructed format featuring most of the same rules as Brawl, but with a different ban list philosophy and a matchmaking system designed to promote competitive play. Like Brawl, decks contain 100 cards. They include a legendary, a planeswalker, vehicle, or spacecraft as the commander. Other than basic lands, only one copy of any given card can be in a deck unless otherwise stated on the card, and cards must match the color identity of your commander. Players start with 25 life. Unlike the normal version of Brawl, there is no free mulligan in Ranked Brawl. They had to take it away. Good change. It's just every single time you mulligan in Hell Q, you just have to look at it and be like, well, this could have Dark Ritual. This could have a Mox. This could have like the most busted card in the format, you know, so you go for it. So the free mulligan became a bit of a joke the spikier it got. Matchmaking for the format considers a player's constructed rank and rating to find an opponent of a similar skill level. Completing matches will affect a player's rank and ultimately contribute to their season reward eligibility. Unlike unranked Brawl, deck composition is not a factor for matchmaking. They're okay. Unranked Brawl, they try to pair you up with people with similar amounts of rares and mythics. Now they're admitting that their constructed thing will not do that. It's like, it's do what you do, which is a good idea because people found ways to manipulate that as well. When will Ranked Brawl be released? Ranked Brawl will be released on June 23rd. Players will be able to access the new format both from the Ranked and Brawl play tabs in Arena. Isn't that really close to the release of Marvel? I think it is. Ooh, Going forward, we will begin adding ranked Brawl metagame challenges to the schedule that may explore qualifier play-in weekends if the format is popular enough. Okay, like with the introduction of Timeless, we want to watch how any new competitive format performs for a while before saying it's ready for the stress of high-end competitive events. So going forward, we'll be adding the ranked Brawl metagame challenges to the schedule. No, hold on. It's up here. Players will be able to access the new format from the ranked and Brawl play tabs on Arena. Okay, it is like standard now. You can just join in. You don't have to join into a challenge, an event to do it. Sorry, my voice is cooked. It's been a long weekend. I'm back in the office. I'm excited to be here. I have to leave again in like 3 or 4 days. Life be crazy, but it's pushing my voice. So you're gonna get raspy CGB, which is really awkward for talking videos like this, but I really wanted to talk about this. I was excited when I came back and saw this in my inbox, just as I was about to queue up some standard. We ran several experiments over the last few months to evaluate what would make a competitive and diverse Brawl format. A huge thank you to all the players who engaged with and gave feedback on these events. Your excitement and insight helped shape our direction here. We started with no bans at all, then slowly expanded the list as individual commanders fell outside of a reasonable win rate compared to the rest. The final ban list ended up being fairly short, containing only 10 commanders. What about non-commander cards? How do cards in the 99 of decks affect win rates and play diversity? Across all experiments and reflected in the large data set of unranked Brawl matches, we have found that cards in the 99 do not have as much of an impact on win rates as commanders do. No matter how powerful a card is, you still need to draw it from your large deck. This was surprising, so we dug deeper. This is actually awesome. This may imply that no 99s need to be banned ever. Wouldn't that be exciting? Keep going. We looked at both the overall win rates of individual cards and the win rates of those cards when they appeared in the player's opening hand. We saw some cards with high variance if drawn early, but overall nothing that stood out as unfair for this format. Cards like Mana Drain may feel impactful when used at the right moment, but the data tells us it has a lower win rate than ramp cards like Noble Hierarch. Pog. Guys, this is what Commander doesn't have. Commander doesn't have the data, all right? So for all the way that Commander has to figure out whether or not to ban cards based on feelings, Arena has data. Now, obviously Commander has the multiplayer aspect. Obviously Commander might have some cards that, because of the nature of the multiplayer aspect, are way too good, like Ristic Study, that the data might support banning. But here in this 1v1 format, they're saying the data doesn't support banning a card in the 99 at all, which is... that's pretty amazing, because let's see, I'm going to predict something for the rest of this article. They can ban things as Commander, but they don't have to ban these cards in the 99. There can be no bans in Brawl. We could have a ban-free format, just banned as Commander. Let's continue. That's actually wild, right? Isn't that wild? And Noble Hierarch is bullying Mana Drain. Based on this trend, we are starting with almost every card being legal to include in the 99. Almost. For ranked Brawl, this isn't an absolute, and we will ban cards if we see a clear problem, but we haven't seen the evidence yet. Oh God, Strip Mine? Hello? Ranked Brawl metagame balance will be defined by banning commanders above a certain power. Conversely, unranked Brawl will have more bans in the 99 because of feelings, for cards players generally agree are less fun to play against, that's called feelings, and get in the way of rich deck building. Unranked Brawl will have fewer commanders banned due to matchmaking pairing similar commanders against each other. So Hellq lives in unranked. Interesting. Ranked Brawl banned list. The following cards are banned in Ranked Brawl. Wait, banned as Commander or banned forever? I thought, okay, interesting. Ajani, get out. Nadu, yup. Lutri. Didn't even think about that, but yeah. Oko, Thief of Crowns. It's always there. Always there getting banned. Old Stick Fingers, they got rid of Reanimator combo? Wow. I didn't see that coming. I mean, like, loses to freaking Ghost Vacuum, but okay. Ragavan, get out, monkey. No! My boy! Not Rusco, no! Tamio, oh, Tamio. Ren and Six. They did bring Strip Mind it back, didn't they? In Tajik Legion's Valor. All right, a couple of alchemy violators on here, but really a lot of like Modern Horizons cards, right? No, I mean, it's kind of all over the place, really. I think we got like 3, 4. No, it is a lot of Modern Horizons, like 5 Modern Horizons, 2 alchemies, and some outliers from Fire Design era. And old stick fingers, are you serious? With the addition of competitive ranked Brawl to MTG Arena, we will now grant wildcard refunds for any future bans in Ranked Brawl and Unranked Brawl after this release. Let's go. For future Ranked Brawl bans, players will receive a wildcard. Yes, that's great. And each crafted banned card they have a copy of in their collection, similar to how bans worked in Timeless. Yes. Finally, Brawl getting respect. What about Unranked? We love how Unranked Brawl is a space for players to express themselves through creative, thematic deck building. We believe that by introducing a ranked Brawl queue with a different ban list, competitive-minded players will migrate away from unranked queue. Sure they will. And create more room for friendly play. Pub Stomp. Everybody loves a good pub stomper. We will continue to actively monitor how play and Unranked Brawl responds to the release of Ranked Brawl to ensure we're seeing the kinds of fun play and deck building freedom we want to create there. We will continue to iterate on Unranked Brawl's matchmaking to assist players in finding opponents of similar power levels to their commander and deck. So, yep, rigged matchmaking to try to keep Timmy's happy. Our goal is to increase the number of matches players have within their commander power level tier while maintaining fair and enjoyable play. What a goal. With the release of Alchemy Strixhaven, we released a major change to the system that removed player rating from matchmaking to improve the number of matches players would play within deck power bands. So that's interesting because the biggest thing I saw after the Alchemy Strixhaven release in the matchmaking was the rematches. And you guys, let me know in the comments if you saw it too. I would keep getting paired against the same person over and over. Like the queue would take a long time and then pair me against the same person and then take a long time, and it became best of 3 by accident. That was weird. It says this worked, but we underestimated the effects player rating had on creating fair and fun matches in Brawl. Skilled players' win rate skyrocketed. What happened to mine? While new players were getting crushed. We quickly modified the settings again to account for player rating, but to a lesser extent than before. We have since updated these matchmaking settings 4 additional times to dial them in and plan to keep experimenting in this space. All right, so they're still tweaking the algo. That's all that to say, they're still tweaking the algo. They're trying to figure out how good players should be to get matched against each other. That's the biggest thing, is like you guys will share like deck lists with me that are like, I just did this good in Brawl, and I'll play it and be like, I'm only gonna play against LQ commanders no matter what now, depending on where the current formula falls for the algorithm. So a lot of the decks you guys send me, they don't work. They don't work against the Johnny. I'm sorry. What can I do? We will also continue to monitor the format and engage with the community about additional bans that might be needed. Optimizing for deck diversity. Okay, yep, basically blah, 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 fun. For example, we are currently examining free counter spells that are challenging to play around. Like Pact of Negation? Are they going to ban Subtlety? Like what? Are they going to ban all free counter spells? This is just the Commander Advisory panel is back. Oh my God. Get that Force of Will out of here. Oh my God. Children! Seriously, like there are so many ways now to make your spells uncounterable, and it keeps going up with like every set because Wizards knows that those are popular cards. That like, what's the issue? The issue is that new casual players don't want to. They're not going to build around it because those cards like Voice of Victory aren't pretty. They're not a cat, so they don't go in their cat deck. And yeah, that's the problem. Modified ranked brawl limited time. From June 2nd to 15th, we'll run a limited time ranked brawl event for players to test out the new format. Man, am I going to do this? It will have no entry fee and will follow the ban card list above. Am I going to do the event then? I don't know. Oh, we've got achievements. To celebrate the release of Ranked Brawl, we're adding 3 core achievements. Oh, yay. Achievements. Play 25 ranked games. Yep. 100 ranked games. No problem. The reward is the "Do you pay the one" phrase emote. Esper Sentinel needs that. Play 450 games and you get Jubilant Brawler title. Great. Sweet. Guys, will I ever play Standard again? Will I ever play Standard again? Are half of you unsubscribing right now? You got your finger over the button. I see you right now. You're doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna play Standard. I'm gonna play a lot of Standard still. I'm in an abusive relationship. That's the truth. But it's okay. I actually do want to play Standard. There are a lot of days where I do not want to build a whole Brawl deck. It takes like an hour of deck building. And then after that, it takes a lot more, a lot of recording. A Brawl deck is an adventure. Not every day I can do that, especially when I'm got more trips coming up. I have many travel plans this summer. So I hope you guys like the throwback videos. They actually get a lot of positive comments, and generally I have been a godsend in my life because it means I don't have to like put 2 weeks of work crammed into 2 days. You know, God, my life feels so much better. I don't know why I didn't do it sooner, but using some of that back catalog. Anyway, let me know what you think of those in the comments. But the people who watch them, the comments are very positive. So thank you to everybody who watches them. And a lot of like nostalgia for how Standard and Arena used to be. We're at like that. We're getting towards that nostalgia territory. It's been like 8 years. You know, that's when the nostalgia starts to creep in for things were better before. But yeah, I'm still going to play Standard, especially when the format is new, especially when I see cool decks show up that I want to play. It's hard because all the cool new decks are Izzet. And that I'm so done with that. And the audience is generally done with that. I could tell you, there are color combinations that get the lowest views. That is a fact. Izzet is up there. The other one that's really up there is Boros. Like, these color combinations do not get the views on my channel. I haven't done the research to see if that's true across other channels, but Izzet right now, like since basically the 2026, Izzet has like skyrocketed. Actually, this started in 2025, didn't it? Like June 2025. Like Izzet just and now Izzet really doesn't get the views. So I don't want to play any of those decks. There's like 10 different variations of Izzet that I could play for Standard, but none of them get views, and none of them are decks I necessarily want to play. I need to understand them to beat them, but I don't want to play them. Anyway, whole other rant. So it's tough right now just because of the sheer domination of Izzet. They released Secrets of Strixhaven, basically an Izzet set, when Izzet was already #1. Whole other rant available. Anyway, I will still play Standard, especially when it's new. 100%. Guaranteed. Locked. I promise. But I might switch to Brawl a bit more often, as I'm really excited to try to grind out Mythic with some commanders that maybe go underappreciated. That said, some of the decks I have put together now, Rusco, Tamio here, them not being playable is really something. They also didn't share the ban list here. Maybe the ban list isn't changing in Unranked Brawl yet, but yeah, well, maybe these cards are going to get banned. I mean, why wouldn't they get banned in Unranked Brawl? Maybe they think the matchmaking fixes it, because they weren't banned in Unranked Brawl. Yeah, they probably aren't banning them in Unranked Brawl. So we might still be able to play them in Unranked Brawl. But what I learned is that people do not want to watch Unranked Magic when they could watch Ranked Magic. The people who are on YouTube every day. So I'm really curious to see what the viewership is like for Unranked Brawl versus Ranked Brawl once we get into that. But for today, you know, for the rest of this video, to give you a bit more dip on your chip, as it might be said, let's go. Let's get into not Standard. Let's celebrate Brawl today and play some commanders that I have sitting around in my collection. Some decks I have ready to go that won't be playable in Ranked. So this might be the last time, guys. This might be the last time you get to see Rusco. Let's test this algorithm. Let's crack a cold one. Let's turn the yap into slap. Guys, summer actually arrived in northern Michigan. Many of you have had it for a while, but we finally had a good weather weekend, and it is so on. I'm gonna go outside so much. This is gonna be the summer of me. Is this hand any good? What are we up against? Rafine? Rafine is normally an army of little creatures, and we can deal with an army of little creatures. I'm keeping, especially on the play when we can just drop our sewers, try to find more land drops. Beautiful. The flow state, we do need another sorcery. We'll see if we can locate one. Dismember, Bitter Triumph. I think we want to be mana efficient with the Bitter Triumph, and we want to make our life total go brrr into the garbage because we're playing Brawl. We could get an island though. Like, what do we need another swamp for? We really don't. So I guess I'll take care of my life total just a little. Kill it. Come on, Rafine, I swear what we mean at this moment. It means everything. That's pretty good. That's an annoying one, but we can probably beat it. I mean, the ransom might really set up the flow state if it finds a sorcery. Do we do the ransom now while they're tapped out? If they counter it, we can untap and Rusco. So let's get instant speed on them. Although, holding the rainforest, are we gonna get stifled? I guess I'd be okay with that. Stifle's a pretty damn good card against Rusco. Yeah, the pings from the Bitter Blossom might add up once Rusco gets down and starts draining them. You just gotta keep Rafine in check. Dismember and Unable to Scream will hopefully do that. We've got strategies. So does our opponent. Down comes Otawara, Sorting City. Oh, well, that helps. Sure, but they're not gonna Rafine this turn. I think I have to get the Watery Grave now. We don't have another black source. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Hi. Can I get some cards in my graveyard? On the stack. Burning the rope. Welcome to Brawl. See, you can't tell me this wasn't competitive. It's not ranked, but dear God, is it competitive. It also blows my mind that Rusco's that good, supported by data. I thought that Rusco was really on the decline once Modern Horizons 3 released. I had a lot harder time winning with Rusco, but it was pretty good against Ragavan, specifically. The face down pile, we kind of want to have a sorcery for flow state. Cavern of Souls, I guess we choose the face up pile. They can't take it. And we did not get a sorcery in the graveyard. They got Dismember with the Thoughtseize. They picked that way too fast. They picked that way too fast. Did they rope out? They did. They roped out. All right, well, we got Cavern, so let's see if they came ready to party. That is, do they have a stifle effect to keep us from getting a clock? But if they had that, I wouldn't put the midnight clock together in the same pile as the cavern. Okay, there we go. Our commander is on the board, my friends, and they don't know about the wash away. They're humiliating me. Okay. So in order to remove those effects, this has to go back to command zone. It's still a 3/3. Dude, they're just snapping off. Oh my God. Okay, Guide of Souls, I think, has to be nerfed. So now they're playing fast, huh? You love to see it. Stupid card. Guide of Souls. Hate that card. All right, so we want 3 mana open. We have that. And we just have to really fight this Rafine. Yeah, bouncing it to hand, we could send it to command. They want a Psychic Frog. Yeah, no. Card's a little too good, thank you. Don't like that. Remember when they were thinking like crazy? Turns out all that they're doing is casting literally every spell in their hand and not their commander. Nice. That's a good card. Still no sorcery, so we're just gonna fire Flow State off here. And yeah, that's not great either. You really don't want that Thoughtseize. I guess I'll take this Reef. And we pass. The fairies are coming for me. We have to draw something better. Not getting to seed or dig through time might actually hurt. Okay, they have a Sink into Stupor that they play as a land when they could try to interfere with the clock, and they don't. Down to 12. Yeah, let's give it a shot. It has to be something the opponent controls. That is a bummer. Is this a point where we go after the Blossom? No, I think we just raise the clock. It's just me, or is Arena just flowing faster? Yeah, at this point, we're going to try to clock our way out of this. Yep, time for Rafine. Time for Rafine to meet Counterspell. Still got Sink into Stupor in my hand. They know it. So in their hand is a Counterspell? Must be. They go for the Wash Away. So now what do? We can bounce the Wash Away. The Wash Away is pretty good. We also bounce the Rafine, but then it just happens next turn. I think it has to be the Wash Away. But good job on them fighting over this at a time when I need the mana. 9 goes to 10, goes to 11. We're going to be able to get there, but it's going to be on their turn. And they're going to have 1 Wash Away in hand, and our life total be plummeting. So it's an interesting one. All right, so I think we say go, because if we use the Force Spike, they can't hold up the Wash Away, even though it would only be for a spell from outside our hand. But then are we going to lose? Are we going to lose to a Conniving? This is 5, 6. And if there's a Wash Away in hand, it would be 7. If there's another spell, 8. We are at 8. So I think we've got to do this. Trigger. We gotta keep Rafine off the board, and there's a Subtlety and there's a Damnation in hand. Is that what we needed? There's a lot of land too. That's pretty rough. Do they cast Rafine into an open hand? They cast Adeline. All right, well. Adeline, what? Makes a 1/1? Is that? And then we damnate? Okay. I might lose to these stupid fairies. But I should have enough mana to get Rusko back down soon. Oh, I see. They have held up Wash Away. That's pretty bad for me. We have to draw a counter spell. Come on. Dig through time. With no graveyard. That's what we call bad. So I'm gonna lose because they held up that Wash Away. If I had played the Subtlety, I don't think it made a difference. It could still attack through everything. This has too many counters. This is too weak. Man. Consign to Memory is not gonna do the job. Yeah, there's no way out. Ick. Floodied a bit. Just a bit. I think the opponent had 6 lands at the end and I was looking at like 12. The party continues. Rusko's going away event. Usually humiliation doesn't matter too much for Rusko. You have ways to blow it up, but all right. We got a Dark Ritual, and we're going against freaking Ragavan, and we're on the draw with a Gemstone Cavern. This is good. This is very, very good. Don't think I need the tower, but I don't think I need the Reef either. Tap land. How about the Swamp? Do I need the Swamp? Yeah, I need the Dark. Yeah, I do. All right, I am sending the tower. Interesting. Do we want to slow roll the monkey? That's something. Do we play Rusko? It's a good question. I could support Rusko. We could duress first to make sure that the coast is clear. This is actually pretty close. A lot closer than people think. When Rusko dies, that's kind of how you lose, especially after a Dark Ritual. The clock ends up not doing much. Okay, we got a Chandra, pretty good. And we know the coast is clear. Rusko's not just gonna die. They're Dashavanning, which will give them a treasure, but we know they don't have too much to do with it here. Good one. Hi. And now we support with Bind to Secrecy, Stifle, and Force Spike. It's gonna be a lot harder to just get Rusko off the field. If I know I draw like a Force Spike or have the mana for, oh, this is gonna make spells and abilities can't be countered. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, gotta do this. Like I said, there's so many ways to keep your stuff from getting countered these days. You just kind of get ripped apart being a counterspell deck. You gotta get used to it. It sucks. Conjure a duplicate of a creature card in an opponent's graveyard. How do we get a creature card into our opponent's graveyard with this kind of stuff happening, huh? Like this? All right, the 4/1 will have Menace. We could block it with Reef. Easy Stifle, right? Can't be countered. Spells and abilities can't be countered. Damage can't be prevented. Wow. Sure. Sure. What the hell am I supposed to do about that? So I can power up Reef. We could kill this. If Rusco dies here, I need to draw a land to recast. I think we take this first. Give me an Epicure, I guess. A little blocker we can throw in along with the something else to block the skeleton. Stock up. Cool. No question we want to do that. And can we find removal? There's a dismember. How are we doing? Dig through time. 4 in graveyard. Better than consult, I think, right now. Thoughtseize. Take one of these creatures. These creatures aren't that scary. Dig through time. No land there either, though. So dismember the gut. Play the Epicure. The Stifle doesn't work. But we could dismember Kraza. And then the Stifle does work? What are we stifling? Nothing too important, to be honest. All right. Give me the blocker. And my blood token. And just discard that Stifle and feed the dig through time. Hello? Hello? Ragavan, no! Free value. 9 on the clock. It's gonna be close to a dis. Okay, there's Glory Bringer. Gotta be like this. I don't want to give up anything to the gut here. Oh, wow. Or do they? Oh, all right, they're going in. So with this on 10, we can block with the Rusco here. I think we kind of have to. Taking 8, it's a bit much. No, we just need to find more removal. Forget it. No blocks. The life gain's important. And they gave us an opportunity to screw up, didn't they? So how does this work? We put the counter on it. Yeah, and then we dig through time. The clock trigger resolves first. That is not what we're looking for, is it? Okay. 6 engrave. Blue, blue. Could have used drawing a dark ritual, but here we go. And this resolves. We get 7. Then we dig through time. That should help us solve these problems. There's a fatal push. There's also a 1 ring we could just drop here. Have protection from everything. There's also a psychic frog. Wait a minute. Spells damage can't be prevented. They got rid of the Kraza. They got rid of the Kraza. If they have another turn with a gut, they might make another skeleton. We don't have another creature here. And we have 3 mana. You know what? This is bonus, right? We hit land, we hit Signet, and we hit everything else. So let's take, it seems weird, but let's take the Bauble because it triggers the Rusco and drains and gains life. So we don't just get burned out. All right, land, Signet, storm off, Bauble, trigger, check you out, cool. Let's see. Blue mana, nerf you. Let's push you now. And hold the Hex. See what we draw. But we had to do it in that order because witness protection has to be on sorcery speed. Belden. I think we just take the Felden, don't you? Don't give him the value. 2 life. Life gain good. There's no more clock, so we just want all this life gain. Ragavan's here. Mox Opal. That's another trigger. Man, you love the way that works. Let's try the blood. Pottery Grave is fetchable, and if we shuffle back in, we might want to draw it. Deluge. Oh, my opal! I was cooking so hard. All right. Well, now if we find an artifact, it turns it back on. That's pretty good. No attacks. Cooked too hard. Boo. Unlikely that Remand does much here, but they did show us a Glorybringer earlier, so who knows? Sundering Eruption. Yep, you'll have to play that again, which means our stuff can't block, but that's okay. They should target the reef, right? Like, what's... Oh, they hex me. Hex is one of those cards that can get ya. So their hand was Eruption and Hex. Wow. It's nasty. Sure. I want to replay Rusco here. Reactivate the Opal. They're tapped out. Is until the end of your next turn. We'll see it coming. And they want a Percussionist, which is a reroll. Stifle off the top. Do we want to fetch land? Not really. Life total matters. Man, why did it leave up a Signet? Clock's ticking again, but the maddening hex might indeed make me mad. Here's the Sundering Eruption on the Caverns. So we'll go with blue. Resolve. Can't block, but it's not that bad. It's just a Ragavan trigger after all. Try to leave an island in the graveyard. Give me a clock trigger. They steal. Nothing good. Oh, we could stifle this. I'm going to. It's one of the ways they get back in the game. Haha, 1. See, I knew it. I knew it was worth. Rahilda, yep, play the creatures. Yep, look at the creatures. Look at all the pretty creatures. Baleful Strix, huh? Do we damnate? All right, 10. I think we damnate. Could attack first. I don't think they'll take it though. They'll block with a Percussionist, right? Right? Maybe not. But if they kill this, I don't get the trigger off the damnation, which I think is actually still more important, so. Let's do it. And that's a 6. But their stuff is dead. It's pretty good. 8 mana now to replay Rusco. And they exile Valakut. They don't have the mountains. They're at 9. Do I punch them here? Yes, I do. 9 is not that much. I mill myself because graveyard's a resource. There are 5. Okay, let's go. I'm threatening a lethal attack. Here's Wagavan. Pass turn. Tainted Indulgence. Let's keep it coming. Who's the aggro now? Oops, milled the wrong person. Too excited to hit the face. The poor monkey's got to jump in front of the reef. This does work for a Mystic Sanctuary. Dig Through Time's a pretty good card. This is a draw too. Let's pass. The Hex is my concern. They're at 4. I just need to get an attack through. They play Den of the Bugbear. They're passing. Let's scry. Just trying to make sure this goes through. Subtlety's gotta be good here. Clock ticks to 9. Let's be careful. I don't want to lose to Ragavan from this spot, okay? Want clean W. They make dorks. Do I try to draw Stifle in this situation? I think that's how we lose, is get too anxious with the draws. All right, mill me. All right, I think I get Rusko out here. Does cost me 2 life. And Sanctuary for what finishes the job here really is Hex. It's still so close on the life total though. Clock 'em. Pass. 3 little life. There is a Den of the Bugbear over there. Whose trigger resolves first? I think theirs does, but it does depend what turn it is, right? They're gonna activate that castle? Yeah, they are. If they attack all in here and I just block, I turn around, attack them, we're fine. All right, I see. No, they're coming all in. All right. Block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I think that's it. This is I believe this is a desperate gambit. We go to 3. My turn. Don't cast something that could kill me. Dead on board. Got him. Sweaty PP destroyed. Ah, Rusko. Who doesn't love some Rusko? Also, who doesn't love like an hour of content? I've been trying to kick out videos closer to an hour for those. The true believers just want the runtime. So I've been trying to give it up. The rematch. I knew it. I knew we would get the rematch. Arena devs, I know you love this channel, probably watch it every day. What's with the rematch? Anyway, 2 ways to kill a Rusko is a keep, I think. And the Rhystic Study, depending how many lands they play, might be good after we kill their first 2 threats. But yeah, this is the kind of hand that, like, if we were being spiky, we would mulligan, even though it has solutions, because it doesn't have Dark Ritual. And you're just like, I want Dark Ritual. Use the sorcery speed one. What do you know? A creature. Wow. Okay. Feldon will just kind of be there pissing me off for a while. Or we'll play the Strix. That's fine. It's pretty good, right? A lot of land. Don't like that. But we'll have counterspell Fatal Push next turn. That's pretty good. Oh, that's fine. Just gonna take 2 damage from this forever if you don't mind. That's not good. That's the kind of thing you need to counter. And we did not. So push that. Before they get that treasure, no attacks. This is a hell of a card on the play. Hell of a card. Complete with graveyard value. Yep, gotta go sometime, and they have all this value and stuff to do with their mana. Let's make this trade. I can't believe they discarded Bone Crusher Giant, to be honest. But There you go. Shove aside doesn't do anything here. That goblin can get countered. And that's a little 1/1. Gonna be better than that though. Awkward turn. Do we go for Rusko? How long do they have to play shove aside? Until the end of the next turn? All right, we do not play Rusko. I think we've got to get the study down. Got to start taxing their mana. Because they still have plenty of cards. And hopefully Tail's End counters that reflection trigger. Or counters the Stadium Headliner's activation. Yep, pay the 1. Yes, you do. But we need to keep Rusko alive here. That'll do. Yup. Yup. Can't believe people don't like free counter spells. But they're probably going to try Reflection on Headliner, activate Headliner, target Rusko. And that trigger is what we have to counter. So let's do that. Please attack first. They do. Hallelujah. Love that. Because they want the mobilize. They have enough to activate the other Headliner. That's unfortunate. But if they tap their mana for a spell instead of activating the other Headliner... Haha. Ember Cleave, get out. Loser. Yeah, where's your monkey? The dead monkey. It's gonna cost me a pretty penny though, and they are gonna kill Rusko with the Headliner reflection thing if we don't draw another cheap removal spell right here. Mr. Rass. It's too bad. But, oh, they had Lightning Bolt? Well, we're probably still gonna lose, I'm gonna be real. Gonna be real, but what can we get? We can get Toxic Deluge. No, it's an instant. Is there an instant we can get with this that's good? Yeah, they're gonna sack, do this again. Do we go get another clock? Might be getting dig through time. Nah, take action. Gotta kill this board. Is there an instant that kills this board? Do I have Psych Rift? I do. But man, that's an expensive way to do the job. I mean, just dismembering the reflection is good. Dismembering the Headliner is good. There's something that kills 2 creatures though. Oh, I have Withering Curse. And it would need to gain life. Kind of hard to do. But I could play the Rusko. Let's think. If I play Rusko and I have 3 mana to Withering Curse. Okay, so I have to accept this damage for a turn. Then I play Rusko and I play Withering Curse in the same turn. I also have this Hive, which is an interesting threat. Let's just see what they do. Tick, tick goes the clock. I mean, Withering Curse doesn't need life gained to be good on this board. True. Oh, it's also not an instant. Dang it! What is? I don't know why that gets me every time. It does. I just can't get in my head that I can't get an instant or sorcery. It's locked. And the opponent goes for the Broadside Bombardiers, which is a busted card. So I have to kill that, right? What's the best thing I could do to kill it? Well, I have to wait till they target it with reflection. I'm not going to counter it. mean, we are kind of chilling in Psychrift territory. Okay. Now what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power up this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Power up this. 1, 2, 3. They don't have the mana to activate it, but they have the bombardiers. So I can't block and then do something. Like get snuff out? I guess I can. Trying to think if they're gonna kill this. I think they are. Okay. Let's go. Tough game. We want something that's not gonna hurt me too much. And we want those for later. We want to be mana efficient. We have exactly 4 mana. I think we dismember here. Please don't run out of time. Thank you. Yep, get that thing gone. Take a nasty little 4. And they have a den. Jesus. So lucky. All right, off the top, Withering Curse, Damnation, Toxic Deluge, even Cyclonic Rift here, if we ripped it off the top, would be good. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, putting out the Clockmaker doesn't do enough. Powering up the Hive, they're gonna wreck me for, but if they pay 5, they need an untapped land to do. No, they can't do Den and Headliner and Reflection. They can't do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would leave me 4 left over. That's not enough. New hand will have to do the job. We're at 12. I don't think they kill me here. They really don't want to cast a spell. Yep, that Headliner is doing a great job keeping the Hive and everything else out of the system. So I think we just take this. There's not a lot of point to a Scry. There's not a lot of point to anything. And we get more mana back by activating this now, right? No! Wait, does that matter? Yeah, that matters. Adding another counter won't do me any good. They had to have it and they had it. Oh, it didn't matter! I'm right. I don't know why I thought that mattered. I'm dumb. I sure am good at being stupid. I'm so good at Magic, I know nothing at all. So with 8 life. Yeah, we're not paying 4 life for this snuff out, are we? No way. Land. Rusco. Gotta be. We need the triggers. Are you gonna sack that in response? It only does 2 damage to it. It's not good enough. There you go. Get on there. Inquisition. Life total going up now. We're doing it. Card on top. Infuriate, good to know about. Really good to know about. Infuriate is how I feel about Rusco generally, so it's fine. Confluence. Power up Den. Kill it. And now they're coming in. They have mobilized. We're blocking. They only have 1 mana. I'll take my card and I will remand Infuriate with brutal efficiency. And finally, Stadium frickin' Headliner dies a hideous death. Oh my god, that card tried to torture us. It tried to end us. But not today. All right, Waterlogged Teachings gets an instant. We want instant that draws. That keeps the party going, I think. With an Infuriate in hand, a legitimate business person. We're at 13. We have an instant that just gives us another turn. Nope. We have dig through time. Pick up a card, dig through time. We're cooking. That Oracle of the freaking Alpha, baby. We also just have a ton of card draw here and a Dismember. I love the bird, but it's not the bird. I'll take the Deluge. We're never gonna run out of cards that way, and we'll pass. We are at 10 on the clock, so we probably want to play a Subtlety and a Dismember. But we might also force, I don't know. Pay the one. Could sack this to cast this? Hold on. Actually, full control. We can do this, this. And this will, oh wait, I did it in the wrong order. It won't resolve first now. I just did at the wrong time, but that would have been a sick play if I had seen it sooner. And Pact of Negation. And the One Ring. Feels warm and fuzzy. Opponent not surrendering. Very noble for a Brawl player, huh? They're gonna be a ranked Brawl star. I can feel it. I have protection from everything. Emeritus. Sick. Could play it, but we'd have to sack Rusco. At 3. We just need 2 triggers. I'm just gonna pass. Okay. Legit. You gonna do a thing? Yeah, you're gonna try. Won't happen. Is that enough? Tell me you also have a lightning bolt. Monstrous Rage, Pog. We'll allow it. Once again, a maniac, a champion of the people, vanquishes Ragavan from the sweaty PP twice in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, Ranked Brawl World is coming. You may never see Rusco again, but it's been times. We've had a good time.